Welcome back. Well, you expect your children to pick up bumps from the rough and tumble of growing up, but sometimes things happen that you are totally unprepared for.
With us now are Stephanie Jenkin and Holly McHugh. As toddlers, both were injured in separate incidents from which they received life-changing burns. However, these two are made of stronger stuff, and now they're talking about their experiences in a new documentary for people their age.
I'm Holly, and I get called horrid names too. It's all because we look a bit different. But our boys don't know what we've been through. When I was 20 months old, I was badly burnt.
There was a fire in our house and I was trapped.
I was messing with a cigarette lighter and it caught fire to my pyjamas.
I pulled down the chip pan and it just went all over my head.
I was also burned by a chip pan. The scars from my burns have left me with bald patches. I've decided to show them to you, but normally I hide them under my headband. To try and look like everyone else, I'm having special surgery to give me more hair.
So people won't call me names.
But whether my surgery works or not, making friends with other children who've been burnt is going to help me change the way I feel about myself.
What a brilliant idea.
Absolutely fantastic, and thank you so much for coming in here today. Holly, let's start off with you first of all. I mean, you touched on it just there, that you don't really remember much of the incident that happened to you because you were so little, but your parents have always told you about what happened. What do you know?
When I was 20 months old, me and my sister, we was going into the kitchen because my mum made us some chicken nuggets. Yeah. And then we sat on the oven door, and then the chip pan fell on my head and my arm.
So the oven tipped forward, the whole thing tipped forward?
Yeah.
And this was really severe burns. I mean, if this had gone onto your throat, for example, you would have lost your life.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So it burnt your head and it's burnt your arm. Whereabouts else are you burnt?
Only my head and my arm.
Right, so how much time did you spend in hospital? Because you spent a lot of time in hospital, haven't you?
Yeah.
How much time?
It was a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and then going back in to have the operations for the therapy, the way that the hair is made to grow. How does that work? How do they do that?
They fit a tissue expander under your scalp.
Yeah.
And then every week they fill it up with saline water, and then after a couple of months they take you back into theatre, and then they stretch your skin out, and then it brings back some of the hair from the back of your head a bit forward, so you have a bit more hair.
And how successful has that been?
It's been very successful because I didn't used to have lots of hair, but now on some of the bald patches I do.
Oh, wow.
Well, we've got a little clip here that explains that further, that process, because it is very clever. Let's have a look.
The tissue expander is like a balloon. It's put under the skin on our head, which is already hairy. The doctors fill the tissue expander with sterile water over a couple of months to stretch it until it gets really, really, really big, so there is more skin with hair on it. When it's as big as it can be, the doctors empty the balloon and then stretch the new hairy skin across some of our bald patches, giving us more hair. Stephanie's first tissue expander operation was when she was 6 years old. Wow! See, I said our heads get really big. The second was when she was 9.
That's amazing. It's a great way to explain it as well.
It really makes it very clear.
So how far are you in the process, Stephanie? Have you got more that needs to be the next time that you're going in? When do you go back?
I'm not quite sure yet, but I think it's about 5 months' time.
Right.
Because I had 3 put in and then it went wrong and I had to have them taken out.
That's a nuisance, isn't it? Yeah. So it set you back a little bit.
And what about your story? I mean, again, you were both of you were so little, so I'm not sure you remember too much of what happened to you, but what do you know of what happened?
I remember, like, I was 3 years old and I was by, like, the back door and the fire was in the front room, but I was too scared to, like, go out of the back door, so I walked, like, straight back into it.
Straight into the fire.
This was a fire, they think it was the lights on the Christmas tree that might have caused it. And you were saved by a neighbour, weren't you? Came in.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, thank goodness for him.
And the same for you. I mean, both of you are very familiar with, throughout your whole lives, of being in and out of hospital. But what I wanted to ask you about was this was this adventure week, and this is where you met, and this is where the documentary takes you to. How important is it, that adventure week, to you both, to kind of meet people like each other, create friendships? What was it like?
Was
it good fun?
Yeah.
And have you two stayed in contact since?
Yeah, we're staying in contact like over Facebook and
It
things.
looks amazing.
Oh, it looks like really
great fun. Because you have said, and you're quite, both of you are very honest in the programme, that people have been mean to you, haven't they? With things that they've said, hurtful things that they've said. Does that still hurt you when they do that?
Not really, because I just ignore them, because it doesn't matter what you look like, it just matters who you are inside.
Absolutely.
You just have to stay very strong.
And you, as Holly said, you both kept in touch, and so you're both great mates. What are your plans? What do you want to do? You're sort of organising going out somewhere, aren't you? Don't you? Where you want to go?
Yeah, when Holly gets her tissue expanders out, we wanted to go to Thorpe Park.
Ah, really?
Ah, I
So
see,
you want
I
to get
see.
all that sorted? Well, you don't need to, because we've done it for you. There you go. There you are. In there are your passes, everything you need to get you, when you're ready to go, Thorpe Park are waiting for you. So it's all
So
done.
those are for you.
There
Have
you
a
are.
good girls' day out.
And so the programme is on Tuesday at 5:45. That's tomorrow at 5:45 on CBBC. And are you going to sit down and watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm travelling to Manchester tomorrow to go.
Oh, to go and see it all together?
Are you?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, superb. Well, it's an amazing job that you've done.
Yeah, it really is. Well
And
done,
you're very
girls.
honest and lovely girls, and it's really nice to meet you. Thank
Lovely
you
to
very
meet
much
you
for
both.
coming in.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, if you need any information on Burns Camp or advice on living with Burns, then we've put some information on the website.
We'll go over to the hub now and hear some of your comments.
Loads of messages of support coming in for Stephanie and Holly. Laura Elford Jackson says, I love the fact CBBC is making children more aware of issues like these. I think it's fantastic. The next generation is hopefully going to be full of accepting, open-minded individuals. And Mandy Cook says, brave girls. Makes you feel selfish moaning about things like weight and spots when people have gone through such horrible ordeals. Hope your operations go well. And Stacey Louise Bridge says, what amazing, beautiful and inspiring young ladies. I couldn't have said it better myself. And Mary Ann Morgan says, I cannot imagine how difficult life is for the two girls with Burns, with comments other kids may make. I take my hat off to them. They are absolute inspirations. They are both incredibly beautiful girls. Please keep your comments coming in about anything you see on the show. We'll be back later.
Oh, they're sitting here
Thank you,
grinning
Emma.
at
Yes, they are.
all the lovely comments. So, so there you go. That must feel great. Lots of people saying well done, and you're an inspiration. There you go. Thank you, girls.